So I finally played Tunic on the Steam Deck OLED and the results surprised me. This little indie game might look simple, but don't let that fool you. There's more going under the hood than you'd expect. Can it actually hit 90 FPS? Is it worth playing on high settings, or are there trade-offs? And what kind of battery life can you really expect? I tested everything and the answer isn't as straightforward as you think, so let's break it all down. Now, if you're not familiar with it, Tunic is a top-down action-adventure game that looks like it was inspired by classic Zelda. You play as this adorable little fox wandering through a mysterious world filled with secrets, hidden pathways, and one of the most creative in-game manuals I've ever seen. But don't let the art style fool you, this game has teeth. The combat is tight, the puzzles are clever, and there's a surprising amount of depth behind the cute visuals. Now, before I jump into performance, I just want to do a quick plug. I've launched a Steam Curator page and a Steam group where I post in-depth performance reviews for every game I test on the deck. I mostly focus on giving you the optimized best settings so you can have the best experience on the Steam Deck. If you find these videos helpful, go follow the Curator page and join the group. It helps a lot and you always know what runs well and what doesn't. I'll have links in the description. Alright, let's talk Steam Deck performance. Now, on the lowest settings, you can run Tunic at a locked 90 FPS across the board. Doesn't matter what level you're on or how chaotic combat gets, it will stay rock solid. This is honestly one of the cleanest 90 FPS experiences I've had on the deck so far. Now, if you bump things up to medium settings, the frame rate dips slightly. You hover around 70 FPS in some of the areas and 90 in others, and on high it will drop down to 60 in some areas. Now, you can definitely play at 90 FPS and high settings, but only for certain levels and certain conditions. Sometimes when the lighting changes it will drop to 60, so if you want the best visual experience without any stutters, I'd recommend just capping the game at 60 FPS and cranking everything to high. That's pretty much the sweet spot. Now, visually there is a big jump in quality from low to high, especially when it comes to shadows and lighting. The difference between medium and high isn't that noticeable though, as long as SSAO is turned on, and medium might save you 10 to 15 minutes of battery life, but honestly, if you're gonna enjoy this game properly, I would just say go full high settings and lock it to 60 FPS. Now, battery life is pretty solid too. On high settings at 60 FPS, I was getting between 3 hours and 45 minutes and 4 hours and 30 minutes, depending on the area. So let's just say an average of 4 hours on the OLED, and that should translate to about 2:30, maybe 3 hours on the LCD. And on the lowest settings with uncapped FPS, you can push that to about 4 hours and 45 minutes. And if you cap the game to 30 FPS, it will jump to 5 hours and 45 minutes. But let's be real, Tunic doesn't feel great at 30 FPS. It is totally playable, but I don't recommend it. This game deserves to be smooth. Now, the game has full controller support and the controls are completely customizable. In-game, you can change everything from movement to combat, so you don't need to mess with Steam input unless you want to, of course, but everything works out of the box and this feels pretty great on the deck, but also you can change pretty much everything. And on the OLED screen, Tunic looks absolutely stunning. The vibrant colors, the lighting, the clean UI, everything just pops. So in conclusion, if you haven't played Tunic yet, I think this is a perfect time. It's currently on sale for 50% off during the Steam Summer Sale at the time of recording this video. It runs flawlessly on the Steam Deck OLED, looks gorgeous and performs great at both 60 and 90 FPS depending on what you prefer. I think high settings plus 60 FPS is my personal recommendation. It gives you the full experience without sacrificing battery or stability. And that's gonna be it. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to drop a like. Check out the Steam Curator page, subscribe for more Steam Deck content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.